Okay, picking up where we left off.
Since the rebellion of the angels, God has been bringing to pass a plan he made at the time. God did not immediately confine all of the wicked angels, but left some of them on thrones in the air above us to test the peoples on the earth. All of the revelation of God, as far as I know, the knowledge of God's plan, comes forth through people in the earth. Then the understanding is given not only to us on earth, but also to the angels as well as the saints who live in the spirit realm. They, in addition to us, are profiting from the spirit of revelation that operates in the earth. The revelation is continually unfolding, especially now as we approach the climax of the church age.
Unfolding.
Let me point out a passage from the book of Ezekiel as an example of multiple application. Beginning in the 26th chapter, Ezekiel prophesies against the ancient city of Tyre. Tyre was a coastal city north of Mount Carmel and south of Sidon. Evidently Tyre was an outstanding city. But Tyre had displeased God, just as America is displeasing God today, and God warned that he would send Nebuchadnezzar against Tyre and destroy it. The Lord announced that Tyre never would be rebuilt. Usually the prophecies against the cities and nations of old ended with a promise that God would restore them.
But not Tyre.
Say to Tyre, situated at the gateway to the sea, merchant of peoples on many coasts, this is what the sovereign Lord says. You say, O Tyre, I am perfect in beauty. Your domain was on the high seas. Your builders brought your beauty to perfection. Ezekiel 27, 3,4. Neve. What a great coastal city Tyre was. I suppose every great nation imagines it will last forever. But, as God warned, Tyre was destroyed, never to attain its former glory. The prophecy against Tyre continues in chapter 28, but now we see clearly that there is a second message addressed to Satan. You were anointed as a guardian cherub, for so I ordained you. You were on the holy mount of God, you walked among the fiery stones. You were blameless in your ways from the day you were created till wickedness was found in you. Through your widespread trade you were filled with violence, and you sinned. So I drove you in disgrace from the mount of God, and I expelled you, O guardian cherub, from among the fiery stones. Your heart became proud on account of your beauty, and you corrupted your wisdom because of your splendor. So I threw you to the earth. I made a spectacle of you.
I threw you to the earth.
Ezekiel 28, 14-17, Neve. I believe it would be reasonable to say that the Spirit of God had gone far beyond the earthly king of Tyre and now was addressing Satan, telling him that he was to be driven in disgrace from the mount of God, expelled from among the fiery stones, and thrown to the earth.
Thrown to the
I
earth.
seriously doubt that the earthly king of Tyre would be termed the guardian cherub who was to be driven in disgrace from the mount of God and thrown to the earth. How do you feel about this? If we can accept that there is a double meaning in Ezekiel, chapter 28, part of the text being addressed to the earthly king of Tyre and part addressed to Satan, we can proceed to the Old Testament prophecies concerning Armageddon and the coming of the army of the Lord. The first and perhaps the most important of these prophecies has to do with Joel's army. Remember, when Peter stood up on the day of Pentecost, he said, "This is that which was prophesied by the prophet Joel." We see therefore that while the book of Joel has an immediate application to the people and land of Israel, it also contains a secondary message concerning the development of the kingdom of God.
Let me read that again. It also contains a secondary message concerning the development of the kingdom of God. The kingdom of God is being developed at the present hour. Not heaven, the kingdom of God.
Joel's army, the first chapter of Joel, describes a plague of locusts. The second chapter appears to be continuing with a description of the plague of locusts, but then, as in the case of the 28th chapter of the book of Ezekiel, the language seems to be referring to something beyond locusts. In this instance, the day of the Lord, the return of Jesus Christ to the earth, the battle of Armageddon. Before them the earth shakes, the sky trembles, the sun and moon are darkened, and the stars no longer shine. The Lord thunders at the head of his army. His forces are beyond number, and mighty are those who obey his command. The day of the Lord is great, it is dreadful. Who can endure it?
Who can endure it?
Joel 2, 10,11, Neve. I don't know about you, but it seems to me that the above two verses are a bit heavy for a description of locusts. The shaking of the earth, the trembling of the sky, the darkening of the sun, moon, and stars, are the leaves of the fig tree that tell us the return of the Lord and the resurrection of the dead are at hand. It is likely that at no other time in the history of the world, past, present, or future, have these signs appeared or will they appear. They are the Lord's calling card. Immediate.
They are the Lord's calling card. To be continued.